We woke up to ice and snow on the ground, which was so pretty. It's been a while since we've seen some snow here, and I really enjoyed seeing it when we started on our trip up to the city, which is an hour and a half drive, to do some shopping today.
I wanted to kind of talk about some of the changes that have been happening. I know I mentioned in one of my other videos that I'm not in my studio because my young one is staying in there while it's too cold. So I wanted to show you guys what I've been using. So this is a big, huge rolling toolbox. And there's I'm using three parts of it. And then I just separated it out. So like this one here is completely full of journals. And Jay has put down her foot. No, I'm just joking. I've made a thought about not getting any more journals, and then I broke it because I bought a sterling ink journal. I'm being upfront and I wanted to see if that will be the journal. So I bought one in a traveler's notebook, but that's for next year. I just bought it because it was available. Then I'm still staying in my B6. This baby has actually really worked well, and it's teaching me what's working and what's not. So I'm using it to really fine-tune my planner journaling. So this one is all journals, different sizes, B6s, and the traveler's notebook size. And then this one here is all the different planners supplies. Like I have my paper cutter. Actually, I need that later, so we're just gonna leave that out. And then I have some washi tape in here, stickers, stamps, and some of the markers. And that can go in here. And that can go in here. Okay. And then one of the other things that I have to make it easier on myself is this top one here has little nooks and crannies. And so it has like my paints, stamps, inks, some of my main markers that I'm using, pencil sharpener, elastics in case my elastics break, some sticky notes, photo printer paper, whiteout, glue, rocks, because that's important to have for your planner system, and then some of the smaller stamps and microphones. And then the last thing I've been using besides these two is actually this here. And this is actually, I just brought this in the other day. And it's because it has, it has my DS in there. And then it has pencils and markers that we bought for a project, and then we were not going to use them. So I was like, well, I'm going to use them. So I pulled them out so I could use them for my planner because we were like, oh, we don't know what we're going to do. So this is just kind of an extra thing. I actually haven't pulled out any of the markers to use yet. I would like to use them before they dry out. So that is one thing that I've noticed, trying not to buy any more markers or anything like that because they've been drying out. I don't know if it's the brand or what's going on. So I'm trying to not buy any more supplies other than the sterling ink journal. I am not allowed to buy any more journals for the rest of the year. I have enough in here for my B6 to finish out the year, and I have enough that I can even make some more planners for the B6 if I need them. And I have enough probably for the next 4 years in traveler size notebooks. So I'm not allowed to buy any more. That's on me. Oops, sorry. I smacked the mic. That's on me because I'm trying really hard to do not necessarily the one planner system, because technically I guess I have this big planner here and then I have a couple extra notebooks, but this is a good system for me. This notebook will come out when we're done, but we're doing the Publish and Thrive workshop with Heart Breathings. We signed up and I'm trying to take notes. I did the first journaling pages in here. Any notes that I have on it are going to go in here. Once it's done, I'll pull this out and then kind of use it in a review and put it in here. And then this one's obviously still my work one. And I'm adding another book in here for writing. And I kind of want to just put, like, I looked at Rebel's channel, and then I saw her writing notebook, and I was like, there's some really like brilliant things in her writing journal. And I was like, I think that will help me and Jay work on books together. Like, she's working on some books for this one standalones in this one series, and I'm working on some of the books for the standalones in the same series. So it's going to have both of our voices, which is really going to be fun. So some books will be through her, some books will be through me, and we're going to be looking at all these different characters. It's going to be like a fantasy romance. So we're going to have a world Bible. And we want to make sure that we know the characters' names, their descriptions, and all of that. So I'm adding that book now. I'm working on it to add it into my lineup so I have it with me when I'm at work, and I'm writing during my break time.
I wanted to show you the view outside my door on the windy plains of South Dakota. It's been so cold, we've had to keep it really warm. The past few weeks have been below zero. It's been really freezing. But it has also been really dry walking through by the house. I still see the beauty with the frozen creek and all the areas that I walk through, and I am so thankful for every day that I am where I'm at right here. I had to take you guys for a walk. I need it to be outside. It says it's 48 degrees, which is crazy for the end of January. It feels a little colder than that because of the wind. As you can see, my face is a little red from the wind. It is crazy. But I wanted to just take a moment to kind of be outside, appreciate it, see all the beautiful cedars that are my neighbors, and just kind of take a moment to think about this year. I'm a little worried because of how dry it's been. It's probably gonna, last year my husband fought a couple of fires that were by the property. And so I'm a little bit worried about that, but for summertime, this coming summer. But for right now, we're just trying to enjoy and kind of miss the snow a little bit. But I've been really cloud gazing. The clouds look so beautiful behind me.
I'm trying to get back into the flow, and my main focus is writing. So I'm going to be sharing some of my writing journals, we're going to do some cover reveals this year. We're going to be working on our books. I'm really excited to do that. But I wanted to show you how the journal has been working and how consistently I've been sticking with the book, and I'm really happy with how consistently I've been sticking with it. So we're going to jump down into the what is that called? Top view. Thank you, Jay. She's my recorder, right? She's my filmer right now. So we're going to go top down. So the first thing I wanted to show you was this beautiful bag that's holding my washi tape and also holding all my pens and markers and color pencils that I use. This is a bag that my youngest daughter had. I was looking for pencil cases that we had in the house. Couldn't find any. And she had this bag that she had little travel bottles in. And she said she had an extra bag, so she gave me this one. And I actually really like this. So, I mean, if you have a little zip bag, it doesn't have to be a pencil bag or a specially bought bag. It can just be something and you use it for a pencil bag. I mean, it works really well. And one more thing. It fits perfectly in my little bag I took it today when I went up to the city to shop just in case I needed this, and it all fit in my bag really well. I did not take this with me. So one of the issues I've been having with my planner being in like a traveler's notebook kind of system is that these books aren't made to be connected with elastics, and so it's damaging where the glue is connecting here. It's also ripping the seam where I had it, so the seam's ripped on the bottom and the top, and it was starting to tear into the cover, and so I just took it off of here. So my solution is to keep these books, these thin ones, in there. My Publish and Thrive book, my author book, and then my work notebook in here. If I really want to, I can put my journal in here without putting it on an elastic, and it doesn't really slide out of here just like this. So, I mean, if I need to, I can do that, but I'm actually okay having it separate like this for now. For this year, I'm okay with it going like this. So this is the way I carried it, and it's fine. So onto this book. I did fill out some of the things I got accomplished for this month, and then I'm going to take this off, and I'm probably going to just list out the different areas of Dragonfire and get rid of that. I still want to do that. I just don't think that learning is going to work. I also put these here so that I could number, write down how many were in each color. I'm going to see, because then it'll kind of show me where I need to work on. This is my word count. So the E that I have in the front starts for editing, and then the number of words I've written, and then what book it's for. So this right here says 9. I had so many computer issues that day that I was so frustrated. So some days you're going to have that, but I still counted 9 because at least I typed in 9 before my computer decided to be a butthead. The reason that I'm not going to do learning is you can see here, I only had 7 days. Yeah, 7 days of doing any learning. Personal curriculum is amazing. I plan on still looking at the homesteading books that I borrowed from the library, writing down if we want to own any of them, taking notes from them. I just don't feel like this is working out for me, so I'm going to change it to the business or to Dragonfire and mark down what area I'm working on for that. Exercise, I did pretty good. On the days that I didn't have the energy to do like cardio or full body or anything, I did yoga. And I kept up with keeping track of my water, which I'm really happy with. There's a lot of greens and browns, which we want. There's a lot of blue here, which is okay. At least there's only one purple, and purple I don't want because that's like the bare minimum. I do have some writing going on. Art, I'm going to still keep this in my tracker, but I only worked on art for like 5 or 7 days too. That is just because sometimes when I don't feel that creativity or motivation, I can't paint because I can't paint. Home, a lot of it was chores. There was a couple of decluttering and organizing, but for the most part, for language, it was mainly ASL and Ojibwe. I don't think we worked on any other languages. Sometimes we worked on both the same day, sometimes just one or the other. I read, except for 4 days right there, pretty much every day of the month. And then I did a lot of extra reading and gaming. and positive talk. So, I mean, I like the way this looks. I was coloring the ones where I wasn't doing any in black, but it's actually easier for me to see where I was missing whenever I don't color them in. So I didn't want to continue that. So for this section here, for the quarterly, what I was using the calendars for is actually to track budget and to color in blue if we didn't spend anything, green if we made money, and red if we spent money, and then how much we spent or made. So there's numbers in here. I don't want to share numbers publicly, so I'm just going to keep that covered. I wrote down everything that was for January. I did really good. The form has to wait till March, and then I'm hoping to fix the books files this month and possibly this month. We'll see. So I did add a couple of things. This said finish LC5 edits. I put worked on and crossed that out, and then I put finish here because our target date for publishing is in May, so I really need to finish my edits and kick it into gear. So we'll see how that works out. This right here worked out okay. There's a few changes that I made for next month, which I'll show you. I did get through some of the goals. Some got transferred to next month. Marking out the videos, I didn't do all the videos I was thinking I was going to film, but that's okay. Subscribers, start weight, skills that I wanted to learn, writing, cosplay, question mark, because I don't know how much Jay got done on that, personal curriculum, chores, I didn't get all of them done, and my clockwork projects. So I think that this calendar worked really well. I kind of filled in the circles when I did the YouTube channel. I would like to plan out my newsletter on the calendar as well as blog posts and try and use that to keep me in line with what I need to accomplish. I also was thinking about using it for promotions as well as personal work and then hopefully promotions. So that will be February. For the end of the month reflection, I answered the questions: what did I make? What did it cost me energy-wise? What did it give me? And what wants to change next month? So I answered all those questions. And then focus is changing for the better, mainly focusing on writing. I did my top content for YouTube stats, because this is the only social media I'm on right now. Subscribers, I gained a subscriber and I lost 5 pounds, which was awesome. And then I just did a couple of quotes. I showed you guys some of the weeklies before, but just in case. So I do a running list. This only says personal because I was still on break. There was no work. I was still on Christmas break here. So I used the stamps. I did goals, wins, and struggles, and then I did a little bit of segment and then a prompt. And that's the way I went through most of the week. And then I had extra pages that I didn't fill up, so then I used this page for Ojibwe, this page for quotes, and then it jumps into the next week. And then I tried 3 columns, but it felt like I was just trying to stuff it full of stamps. So then I decided that that wasn't going to work. I got back to work, my day job, so clockwork had a lot of tasks, and then personal, and then goals, wins, and struggles. And then again, small thing about the day and prompt, small thing about the day and prompt. So that's how the rhythm kind of went for the weeks. And then this was a quote page because I was done with on Sunday. This was a quote page here, reflection on a video I saw, and reflection on fairy symbolism because I like magical creatures. So, and then this week had some major health things go on, so there's like lots of blanks. I said nope, move all these to the next few weeks. I didn't get any of that done. And then goals, wins, and struggles. And then I showed this in the other video, and one of my followers suggested that she's like, I would have wrote sick. So I said, yeah, I would too. So sick and ugh, because that was the accumulation of that whole day. So, and then I didn't do any prompts on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday because I just did not have the energy. So I just kind of wrote a little bit about those days. And then it went into quotes. This was something I saw on Pinterest, I believe. And it was like no energy task, low energy task, and mid to high energy task. And then I did some quotes about energy because health wise, I've just been drained a lot. So I needed to kind of like, okay, if I have no energy, what can I do? And so I kind of gave myself some list. Then I have another quote page. And then I went back to the double instead of 3 because it just felt overwhelming. I usually write down like no work or work from home weather because I want to keep track of what days or sick leave, annual leave, and then clockwork task, personal tasks, goals, wins, struggles, and I started Monday here. So I shrunk those up a little bit. So a little bit about the day, and then again with the prompts, that's the way the rhythm kind of went. And then a happy birthday one, wrote a little bit about the birthday, and then a random journaling and thoughts right here. And then I think these are quotes. Yep, that's quotes. And then this whole page is quotes. Then it jumps into this week. And then this is this week right here. So again, events, sometimes with goals or things that were going on, personal tasks, personal, running task lists, work task lists, goals, wins, struggles. And then Monday, Tuesday, and then I just kind of did a reflection on something we talked about. Wednesday, didn't do a prompt, and then I switched to a new method on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which that's today. So I'll do that tomorrow. So the method that I answer is, where am I today? Today feels like, or I'll ask the question, what does my body and mind need? Or I'll ask the question, what am I carrying into the work? And so I answer one of these questions, and then I usually tell what my energy is. So then I kind of answer number 1, and then number 2 is a work log. So I write what I actually worked on, writing, art, admin, what moved forward even slightly, what resisted, and what felt easy. And then I did one noticing. So one moment I noticed something, a thought, maybe lingering, a doubt, a quiet win, a sentence that landed or inspired, a walk that unlocked a scene. So that's something I was writing about. And then one question. So I say, what am I learning right now? Or what am I avoiding? Or what wants more space? So these are questions that I've been using, and I feel like this is really helping me. Like on Thursday, I added this little thing here because it was something I noticed first, but also I just wanted to notate it because Jay made me laugh at lunch because we were talking about how some of the containers or some things are kind of yucky. And sometimes she likes the food that I eat, and sometimes she doesn't. So she reminded me of that elephant on Tarzan. She even did the voice from the elephant, and where it goes, I don't think this is sanitary. And then she was like, Mom, it's gross. And I just started laughing. I don't know what it was. I just needed that laugh. So I wrote it in there, and then I answered the prompts. And I feel like I'm gaining more from those questions than I am from the other prompts that I got online. So, and then what I do is my weekly harvest. I will go through and do a newsletter seed, a blog seed, and then I'll answer these questions here. So a newsletter seed can be one moment or one, hold on, I'm going to cheat because I don't remember exactly. I have to peek back here. So for the newsletter, where's that? Here it goes. Newsletter seed is 1 or 2 moments, 1 question, or 1 realization. And then a blog seed is patterns that I keep circling to, beliefs changing over time, and tension that I'm living with inside. So something that I keep coming back to. So those are right here. So I'm just going to kind of go through, take a little marker, dot them, 1 color for newsletter, 1 color for blog, put them in there, and then answer these questions at the end of the week. So what felt aligned this week? What drained me? And then what should be protected next week? And this is focused on the author business, the art business, being creative, or something that I noticed that kind of made me really think. So for February, I have chores again, but I have an artist focus. So what art project am I working on? Maybe only do 1 or 2, don't go crazy. My clockwork projects, I usually focus on 1 to 4 for the month. Skills, I'm only going to write 1 skill I want to do. I have some homesteading books, so that's probably something I'm going to kind of look at because I want to get ready. I know it's getting into February, but I'm going to have to start seeds, I think, next month. So I need to look at the skills. And then subscriber numbers, and then start wait for the month. Author focus. So this is actually the Dragonfire, which I'll probably change that. And then what book am I working on editing or writing? My goals from that quarter section, and then the videos I'm going to do. And hopefully I will figure out how I'm going to do the videos moving forward. And then I already decorated February, and it's starting to fill up with a lot of different appointments and different things. And then I'll fill this out to reflect the same as this page here. I don't think I'll do YouTube stats, but I might do the top content and those 2. And then the questions. But I already designed the 2 columns. It took me a little bit to draw those in because most of the weeks look like, hold on, let's see if I can find a week here. Most of the weeks look like this, and I turn them into this. So I have my columns for my writing words, and then I have the 2 columns this way. I mean, I have the rows. And then what I'm going to do is actually go clockwork, running task list, personal running task list, go author business or the business, ink scroll, task list, and then goals, and then start my week there. So I already decorated these pages so that I didn't have to worry about them. I really like the way the pages came out. These stickers are all from the same sticker book that I got from Amazon. I don't remember what the name is, but I really like the flowers. Everybody's like hearts for Valentine's Day. I'm not a big heart person, but I do love the flowers. It's kind of pinks, purples, blues. There's some oranges in there. It's really pretty. I like the way that it came out. And so everything's ready to roll. I just put in some stickers so I can write around them because I really like writing around them. I feel like it gives something. And I even decorated the first pages for March. The other few pages that I filled is I added some new tabs. I actually did a picture for January. This is my husband with our grandkids. I'm going to respect their privacy and not share that. This is probably going to change a little bit, the content planner. And then I'm going to write down the books that I want to get for us and maybe some notes on those books I'm reading in there. And then I colored in, I lost 5 pounds. It feels good to color that in. My wish list, I was marking off with the marker as we got them. This page was prompts, so I'm actually going to change this up, turn it into a different kind of page. Not sure what I'll turn it into, but it's not working because I already have the other stuff I'm working with. So I have some blank pages here. This is my prompts for my daily pages where I had them on the sticky note, my weekly pages, my monthly pages, and then my quarterly reflection, the questions I need to ask per quarter. So I wrote them down in here. This is my time log. I have one more day right here, or the end of tonight, and then I'm done. I'm not going to do anything else with that. Dragonfire plan is the same as heart breathings. I'm slowly trying to add more specific to me, like the art and content, but that's over those pages. I haven't really added anything new since I showed these the last time, except for I added a few to 26 and 26, and then I added a bonus section, and then I wrote down favorite and least favorite of things that I've done, new things that I've tried. So that works out. Oh yeah, and then I wrote a 2-page letter to myself, and then I wrote what I want for this year, and I just did like kind of like weird little cloud patterns around this cute little house. Explore nature, unleash creativity, practice gratitude, embrace growth. And I just did a few of them. And then I did the yearly review. So who did I become this year? When did my life feel most aligned and when did it not? What did I create, tend, or protect, even if no one saw it? And what am I ready to carry forward? What am I ready to release? These are the 4 reflection questions for the year. And there's also some little prompts to kind of help me make sure I stay on task with those. And then this page, normally I would have glued it because it's one of those weird pages. But because I put this as sticker paper here, I just did this as a quote page. When I'm using the sticker paper that I put on the back of my journal for these both sides, you have to be really, really careful when you're pulling off the sticker, because I've noticed when I'm doing it, I've ripped a couple stickers. So the stickers do come off of here. It just rips a little bit if you're not being very careful. So all in all, I feel like the journal is working really well. And I'm really happy with the way that this has come out. I think that it gives me space to play a little bit, to try out new things, to see how the weeks are working out for me. And I'm trying to be okay with blank space, which, let me just say, is a really hard thing for me, but I'm embracing it. And I feel like I'm hoping this can give you guys some ideals for your own journals and give you some comfort. And this kind of helps my little spark dragon. So spark dragon is kind of like that chaos gremlin, except I deal with dragons. So a spark dragon is kind of like, when you see that spark, sometimes it can be like lighting a candle. Sometimes it can be just a small flame, or sometimes it can be sparked into a forest fire. And I feel like that is how my chaos is. Sometimes it's little things, sometimes it is complete chaos. And I feel like my little spark dragon has really ran rampant today. And I'm got some dragon grumbles today because this audio has been giving me some issues. But this kind of controls that spark dragon, that chaos dragon, a little bit, so that I can actually focus on the business, to focus on all of my writing goals for this year. hopefully creating art, and I'll share some of the pieces that we create uh, on the channel because I'm really excited and happy about that. And this channel is having some changes to it, and I wanted you guys to kind of know, especially the ones who've been with us for a while. Yes, I'm going to still show you planner stuff, but it's going to also be focused on our writer, author, and kind of showing you the beauty of the reservation and showing you that calm, beautiful chaos that we have in our lives. I don't know quite how the videos are going to go, but it's going to be some vlog style, kind of like what I'm doing now, mixed in with some planner stuff.